Good morning, BattleBorn. So we're going to be having a look at Kelvin in our character overview guide today, and Kelvin is a Eldritch defender who controls areas of the map, and he is a bit of a brawler, and he is an advanced character to play, so he will take you a few rounds of getting used to him so you can use him to his best. Personally, I don't enjoy Kelvin, but please give it a few rounds just so you can see if you enjoy him or not. Promise you, he is very useful because he is an utter nightmare to take down whenever I see him on an enemy team. So skill 1 is Sublimate. So Kelvin actually becomes a cloud of air for 3 seconds, which massively increases his movement speed. Any enemies you touch as well you deal damage to, but you also stun them for a second and a half, which is quite a considerable amount of time, especially in a team fight, because you can do some serious amount of damage in a second and a half to people. Skill 2 is Chomp, so he bites an enemy, dealing damage to them plus extra damage compared to their health. If you kill a target, he actually gains permanent health throughout the game, which is a hugely positive and beneficial boost. If you can actually get the final hit on someone, you can permanently buff your health for the entire game. Keep doing that, you're going to be putting a lot of extra health on your character. Also instantly kills minor enemies in Incursion and Meltdown game modes, are very useful in stopping enemy minions getting to certain places. His ultimate is Ice Wall, so after a second delay he creates an impassable ice wall for 7 seconds, which actually stuns nearby enemies and blocks people getting through. So very useful for blocking off corridors and maps, blocking off certain areas. Very useful for getting people out of objectives as well if you need to buy yourself and your team a little bit of time. So his passive is Permafrost, so every time Kelvin completes any skill he temporarily gains 60 shield strength. So very useful because it's going to be buffing up your shield and it's going to give you a little bit more survivability, especially in team fights if you're using skill 1, skill 2 and combining it with them. Helix, you want to be looking more at probably building the skills for Kelvin, so increasing his health, increasing his shield, that kind of stuff, but also increasing his skill based damage. He's more of a controlling character, he's not really a DPS character, so the more you support your team, the more you can block off certain areas with your skills, the better really. That's how you want to be building this guy. So anything that stuns enemies, slows enemies, stops enemies for a little bit longer, that's how you want to be building Kelvin. So what I'm going to do now, just like every other character, I'm going to jump into a game. I'm going to show you a little bit of gameplay footage for Kelvin and we'll see how we get on.